ladies and gentlemen, to Community Chat. I am Joan Edgell, your host, president of the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, vice president of This is Jamaica, poet and author of the book Still We Smile. To donate and to learn more about the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, or to hear more about our upcoming pre-New Year's Gala, go to jaaocf.com or call 407-292-3719. And remember to visit thisisjamaica.org, where you can donate and learn all about the annual This is Jamaica poetry competition that just ended. We now have a winner. The first place winner was Paris and Farron. And today we have the pleasure of meeting her teacher, Arlene Lewis, a dedicated primary school teacher with 20 years of experience. Currently, she teaches at George Headley Primary School in St. Andrew, Jamaica, where she has had the pleasure of guiding numerous students, including this year's first prize winner of the This is Jamaica Poetry Competition, Carice Ann Farron. Miss Lewis is a devout Christian who enjoys singing, playing sports, and spending time with her family and friends. So welcome, Miss Arlene. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, such a pleasure. I'm going to start by asking you to share some insights about your personal story, your values, and your approach to education.
Okay, well, my name is Arlene Lewis, and I'm an educator at the George Headley Primary School in St. Andrew.
Yes.
And it all didn't start here. It started from when I was younger. So I grew up in a nuclear family where my dad was the only breadwinner for our family. Mm-hmm. I have 3 sisters and 1 brother.
Okay.
And between my mother and father, I have 2 sisters. No, 1 sister and a brother. And life wasn't always easy. But my mom, who is my strength, who is my rock,
yes,
and has always been there for me, and my other siblings instilled in me the value of hard work, education, and perseverance.
Yes.
And the sacrifices that my parents made has inspired me to pursue my goals and make a positive impact. And I go by saying that my personal story is one of faith, hope, and perseverance. Have learned to trust in God's plan, even when the path ahead is uncertain. And my faith in God has inspired me to be compassionate, empathetic, and a source of hope for others. And teaching is the only job I believe could have allowed me to be this and much more.
Yes, yes. I often say teachers are everything. They're not just teaching, right? They're lawyers, they're doctors in the classroom, they're social workers. Yes.
Nurses in the classroom, we're so many things.
Absolutely.
Every other job.
It's wonderful talking to another teacher. I'm a retired teacher, and so I love your passion. So thank you. Thank you for that. Congrats.
I believe that education should be a transformative experience.
Yes.
That empowers students to become active citizens and lifelong learners.
Yes.
And in order to achieve this, I prioritize collaborative learning environments that encourage students to take risks, ask questions, and explore their passion.
All right.
And by giving students a voice and encouraging them to listen to one another, I've seen them, Carice, a perfect example, among others, develop a deeper understanding of complex issues It's just and a greater sense of responsibility.
All right. You may be answering some of my questions ahead of time. So let me just say, though, I started to say, congratulations on having one of your students win the very prestigious This is Jamaica Poetry Competition. So, would you please take us on a journey of how you've nurtured the love of poetry in your students over the years?
Before I answer that question, I must say that last year, a past student of mine also entered the This is Jamaica competition. Okay. She was placed in the top 10.
Yeah.
National Bingham.
Oh,
Right.
yes. I remember her.
Yes, National Bingham. Right. So,
Well done. Absolutely. So, yes, would you just take a little time to tell us, how you nurture that love of poetry?
All right. So to nurture a love of poetry in my students, I expose them to different poems and provide opportunities for them to recite these poems, helping them build their confidence and public speaking skills. And there's this poem that I always start with as they enter my class. It is I Have Just 1 Minute by Benjamin E. Mays.
Okay.
And if I am permitted, I may say it.
Sure.
I have just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. Wow. And that is what I normally start my students off each time they come to my class.
I love it. That's the essence of carpe diem. Seize the day, seize the minute in this case. Wonderful. So that's a great start. So those are some of the things you're saying that you do to nurture that love of poetry. Do you help them? Do you help them to write as well?
Yes, they have to write.
Yes.
You understand? Because the grade that I teach, grade 6, writing is an integral part of their learning process.
Yes.
Right, so they would write poems. Some are very creative. Carissa and a few other of my students even wrote a song for the Maths Day competition, which they came third. So all of this is just coming out in their daily lifestyle.
I am not surprised. These children are exceptional. I'm serious. They really are exceptional. The way they portrayed the poem, This is Jamaica, I know I couldn't do it that well as a grown up. So I am so impressed with them. You don't know. So anyhow, as a seasoned educator with over 20 years of experience, what sparks your passion for teaching and how do you keep your students engaged and motivated?
As a teacher, it is a joy to know that each day, with the help of the Holy Spirit, I have that opportunity to mold the minds of my students by helping them reach their full potential.
Yes.
And have a positive impact on their lives. Yeah. Seeing them grow from curiosity to confidence drives me to create engaging lessons that foster a love of learning. Yeah. And when the students get that moment, Lord, it's beautiful. It brings so much joy to you because I'm telling you, when I entered Carissa to the competition, I didn't get to see the finals because I was looking on it on YouTube. Yes. And when I woke up after 4 in the morning and I saw it on YouTube, I was so ecstatic. It's like I couldn't contain myself because that moment, just did everything. Yeah. And also sharing my stories of childhood teachers and others who have inspired me has sparked my passion as a teacher. Lovely. And sometimes these teachers, past students, present teachers, the body that I work with, motivate me to keep my students motivated. And so I prioritize building strong relationships with parents, offering choices and providing constructive feedback. I also strive to make learning relevant and fun by incorporating real life examples, games, and by celebrating their successes and progress.
Yes, yes. I can feel your passion. Wonderful. And I love that you're motivating these children. But I agree with you. When I watched the show, that's exactly how I felt. They were all our babies. The board of members of This Is Jamaica can honestly say we loved each and every one of the entrants, and we listened intently because we wanted to be fair. We wanted to make sure that the right child received the ambassadorship, and it was difficult with so many good entries. It was very difficult.
Yes, I saw them.
Oh my gosh. Yes. But yeah, I was equally excited when I watched the show. I was like, I couldn't move. I don't think I didn't move. I just watched the whole thing, and I was lucky to see it on Facebook. But I watched it again later on YouTube, and so on. So yeah, I can imagine how a teacher or a parent must have felt because we felt that way. Yes, we, the board of members on the organization, we felt that way. So we know how you must have felt. All the judges felt that way. But it was a beautiful show. It was very well orchestrated, wasn't it? Very well done. Very well done. Yes. Okay. So poetry has the power to transcend borders and generations. We know that. Now, how do you believe this particular poem and poetry in general can be used as a tool for social change and community building?
Okay.
It's a tough one.
Poetry provides a platform
Yes.
for underrepresented communities
Yeah.
to express their experiences and perspective.
Right.
And so, in using poetry and even This Is Jamaica, it raised awareness, highlighting present concerns, among other things. It promoted empathy and understanding. It allows and encourages readers or those who are taking part in poetry to walk in other shoes, as it says, This Is Jamaica. And when persons hear them saying the poem, they can experience what Jamaica is without even being in Jamaica. Yes. And so it allows persons to walk in other shoes, fostering compassion and unity.
Yes,
and not only that, but it also provides a safe space for expression. It is a powerful outlet for individuals to process and share their emotions, experiences, and concerns. And I must say kudos to you and your team for allowing our children to express themselves in the way that they did in showing others that Jamaica is indeed a place to live and to grow children.
Yes, yes. And it's interesting you say that. This morning I was on another show, Power 106, and the children were on. The three winners, the top three. I don't know if you were able to listen, but each one of them were saying, just as you're saying, what that poem meant to them, and what it brought out in them and what they have learned, since studying that poem, because they pretty much had to study it in order to remember it, and just to be able to speak it, from the top of their heads. They didn't read it, so they really felt that the poem brought out so much in them about Jamaica, the nature, the natural resources of Jamaica, the culture, the history, the pride, all of it, and they were so eloquent, let me tell you, in expressing what that poem did for them. And I believe that poem is going to do that for all of Jamaica's children. And yeah, with teachers like yourself encouraging it and encouraging your students to have a lasting love of poetry, and to also enter into the contest. So the icing on the cake is the prize, but there's so much more that these children have gotten. As you said, they have an opportunity to be heard, to be seen, to express themselves in a way they might not have had before.
And they themselves learned from the poem, because
Yes.
when you watch the videos, not only of Harrison but others,
Yeah.
they did some research. You understand?
Indeed, indeed, they did.
Jamaica.
They did.
They've been to places that they have never been before in
Yeah.
order to bring alive that thing in the poem that the poem is talking about. You understand me?
Absolutely.
So they have learned a lot too.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said. They would not have gone to some of the places they actually went to, and I'm just so impressed. I'm impressed with the poem. I'm impressed with the children and the teachers and the parents too. Thank God for the parents who were involved, and some of them said that their parents also helped in putting the video together. That's another thing they're learning too. Those skills outside of poetry, how to handle a video, how to edit. I think it was Ngozi who said she edited her own video. I'm telling you, there's so much that will come from this, and we're leaving an awesome legacy. In Jamaica's children. I'm so proud of them. I don't know. I'm gushing, I guess. I'm so impressed with these children. And I'm saying right now, I hope Jamaica's listening. You're in good hands. With these children. Cherish these babies because you're in good hands. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Now, the parish of St. Andrew seems to be a hub for poetry talent, with all three winners hailing from that area. Now, what in the world is in the air in St. Andrew? Or maybe it's in the water. I don't know. That's inspiring all this creative genius. Please tell us.
I believe that the unique blend of cultural heritage, community support, and access to quality education in our parish has created a fertile ground for talented geniuses to emerge.
Yeah.
And the air is filled with a sense of curiosity, creativity, and resilience. Moreover, the parish's diverse population and inclusive atmosphere encourages collaboration, exchange of ideas, and learning from one another. This dynamic environment helps to nurture talented geniuses who are equipped to make a positive impact in the world, like our three winners have done.
Yes, because this is not normal. You know what I mean? We might have three from the same place in the top 10, but this is the top three, you know, all from the same place. So I can only assume that what you're saying is correct. It's the community coming together.
Different parishes bring out different things.
Yes.
So St. Andrew's a parish for poets. And when you go to Trelawney, it's a parish for runners, like you say, boat. And also you'll find other things, you understand me? So Jamaica is just blessed.
Yeah, all over.
Unique persons who will top any award.
Right. Okay, wonderful. Well, I'm hoping that all the other parishes will get involved more next year and will send their entries, all over. I'm glad to see Clarendon was involved, and others, who probably weren't last year. But we want all of the parishes, every last one of them, to be involved next year. And I hope that teachers out there are listening. All right, but thank you for all your support. So, next question though is Carice and winning video is obviously a testament to her creativity and skill. Now, can you tell us more about Carice Ann's journey as a student, how this win has impacted her confidence and aspirations. She sounds very confident already, but how has it helped?
Okay, when I met Harrison in grade six,
Uh huh.
she was very well spoken,
Yes.
very well put together,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanted to shine.
Yeah.
She wanted to shine, and this win has a profoundly positive impact on her confidence
Yes.
and aspiration. And it validates her hard work, dedication, and natural talent, because she has a natural talent for poetry and for music, because she also sings on the choir.
Wow.
And this boosts her self assurance and faith in her abilities. When I came to school the morning, Carissa was just smiling, bubbly, smiling from ears to ears. You could see her. She was just walking on cloud nine. And who wouldn't, after winning a competition with over 35 contestants, you coming out on the top? Who wouldn't? And that has allowed her to go to another level. Go to another level. Even in her classwork, she has excelled. She has excelled. Yes. And I'm telling you, it is so good working with Carissa. The recognition and accolades that she received are overwhelming. Everyone is happy for her. Her classmates, especially, and the whole school body. Everyone is happy.
That's music to my ears, and that's exactly what Mr. Gracie wants, for the children to feel that way. So it's more than just winning, like I said before, $1,000, which is very nice. Very, very nice. But it's what it does to you to feel that to know that you're the winner, and that the entire school knows that you're the winner, and your teachers. I mean, the affirmation of who you are, of all you've done, and her hard work, all culminated with her being the ambassador as well. That's another thing. She's
Yes,
now not just
well.
yeah, she's not just a winner of a prize. She's now the ambassador for This is Jamaica. In turn, ambassador for Jamaica, really. You know? Yeah, and wherever she goes, she can talk about This is Jamaica and the poem, and she'll be asked, to recite that poem, again and again, so it does so much for these young people. And I'm so happy to hear.
As you mentioned, she was asked.
Yes.
Last week, Wednesday, we had our elderly treat where we treat persons from our community at our school.
Yeah.
And Clemson was asked to recite the poem, and they loved it.
There you go.
It has already started.
Yes, yes. It's. I know she's going to be amazing. She's going to make a very good ambassador, And at some point, we want to get all the ambassadors together and have a group meeting with them, because she's our fourth um, child ambassador. So yeah, these children really are worth it, and we are happy that This is Jamaica Foundation. We are happy to do this, and to be a small part of it gives me joy. So yes. Okay, I just have.
You for that.
Thank you. Well, my question now is there's a $500 US prize. That's a wonderful bonus coming to the school. Woo! Yes. Now, how do you think it can be best utilized to enrich students' literature experiences and foster that love of poetry that we talked about that will last a lifetime? How do you think it's best?
First thing I think that we can utilize it, and we're going to utilize it this way, is establish a poetry library. We'll create a dedicated space with a diverse collection of poetry books and literary magazine where students can go and read, and also you'll have other teachers who will come on board and can teach them poetry in a different light.
I love it.
Right, and we're also thinking of we have started a magazine at our school, and so we can have an annual magazine of anthropology where we feature students' poetry and writing,
yes.
and their parents can see it and persons in the community can see it, and maybe we can also collaborate with you.
Absolutely.
This is Jamaica.
Yes.
We will partner with you, and you provide our students with mentorship and networking opportunities, because poetry goes far and wide.
I love it. I love that idea. What
Yes,
had you thought of that before you knew you'd won the prize, or was it after?
It was after.
Okay.
After, because the truth of the matter is we have some very good students who are willing to express themselves in different ways. Poetry is one of those ways, dance is another way, and so many other ways they can express themselves. And if we can give them the vehicle, the opportunity to shine a light, that others will see them, that it will be good for them. And this is Jamaica will be a very good partnership, along with anybody else who would like to partner with
Absolutely.
our school and our students in being mentors and just offering them networking opportunities.
Well, absolutely. I would love to hear more about it, and I'm sure the others would love to as well. So we'll be talking more about that. Okay, so we're coming close to the end. So is there something I did not ask that you really wanted us to know?
Well, I would just like to take this opportunity to big up. Is it big up or
big up? Big up is fine.
Mrs. Arita Willie.
Okay.
She was the one who gave me the email with the competition.
Right.
She said, Miss Lewis, you're responsible for competition at school. Go and find students. And I just want to say thank you very much, Mrs. Willie, for going out and finding these competitions. You are a gem to our school, and we love you and appreciate you. And also like to big up Carisa's mom and her sister Regina and Camille. They were very instrumental in creating that video, and it took a lot, I know. And also the whole school body at George Headley Primary School. When I'm gone abroad.
I love it, and I'm glad you had the opportunity to say that. Thank you so much, and I agree with you. And I'm glad that I love your spirit of gratitude and thanks to everyone who took part in this, because indeed it takes a village, right? So thank you, Ms. Lewis, for sharing your insights, compassion, and for teaching with us today. Your dedication to the students, George Headley's primary, is truly inspiring, and we wish you, the students, the principal, everyone there, continued success. And we look forward to seeing what amazing things you will accomplish in the future. So blessings.